all of a sudden, they finished third to go up, and now they're the team doing the best out of the boys who did come up.
Well, it's been I think one stat that we left off there, which I'm sure Sam would want to talk about, is the 46 crosses that were in that game. It's absolutely incredible. And then when you watch the game, the ball goes into the box as well. And they're turning into a really typical Harry.
I thought you were going to say a Bolton team.
Sam side now, where there's so much pressure in there. They don't let you settle. They don't let you clear the ball. You know, there's headers. They put the ball back into the box. That's what they seem to be doing now. You know, ball goes into the box and they don't give you a minute to settle and let you clear.
They say Andy Carroll's not far away from a possible return as well. So imagine what it's going to be like putting the crosses in with him getting on the end of them.
Well, it'll be interesting. I just wondered what sort of impact he had when he was in the team as well. I thought, I'm not convinced about Andy Carroll. I must be honest with you. I think he's a decent player. I think the £35 million price tag was far too much.
Yeah, that's the problem though, because people put too much emphasis on that price tag. On his day, he's unplayable. You put him in a Sam side, and the likes of Nolan, Cole, they're going to gamble all day long going into that box because they know that he's going to win the knockdowns.
That's right, but that's in a Sam side. But when we're talking about an international, when he plays for England, if he's going to be an international centre forward, how do we use him? Are we going to be lumping balls into the box, and then for someone like Wayne Rooney to get flick-ons? Is that how England want to go if they're going to use someone like Andy Carroll?
I think we've just got to make sure that when we do look at the likes of Andy Carroll on international, that we just go and win games. And it doesn't matter because we've passed balls, all that, but we still go home early.
But the FA are talking about developing players, from the kids, from the under-18s to the 21s to the national side. They're talking about a blueprint of how to play football, and I'm not sure Andy Carroll fits that blueprint. OK, well, I'm not too sure. I'm going to speak to Leon, who's a West Ham fan. I'm not too sure that Sam Allardyce fits the blueprint for a West Ham manager. But you're doing all right.
To be fair, he's done a job that no manager could do what he's done in over the last couple of years, to be fair.
Yeah, and the big thing is, last year you went away from home and you had the best record at home. You couldn't really get the job done. This year, it's vice versa.
The thing last year, no disrespect to teams, they was not what we're up against this season, and we was going to grounds, and we was the Manchester United of that league last year. They had put 10 men behind the ball, and we were able to break them down. Yes, we had a lot of better Championship players back then. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it away at home at the moment. At Man United on Wednesday, we played a different formation, and to be fair, I think we played a lot better. There's a few players in the team at the moment who's not really pulling their weight. That, no disrespect, yesterday should have come off a half hour before the final whistle yesterday. And sounds like he's Big Sam's favourite in Kevin Nolan.
Diame's had a good season for you, but what do you make of Joe Cole returning back to the club?
I am the biggest Joe Cole fan out there. For me personally, I think we're playing Joe Cole out of position at the moment.
Where would you play him? Where would you play him?
I would play him off the front man.
What, instead of Kevin Nolan?
Kevin Nolan ain't doing nothing at the moment. He really isn't. I personally doesn't think he's done anything since Andy Carroll got injured. He doesn't seem up for it. Andy Carroll, when he comes back, will score goals. We saw it yesterday. 46 crosses yesterday. Andy Carroll, he's a brilliant header of the ball. Yes, we had Shamak. Shamak was brilliant yesterday. Sam Allardyce should have never took him off yesterday. Kevin Nolan should have come off, personally, and we should have gone two up front and gone for it. But with Joe Cole, play Joe off the front man, give him that free, let him pick the ball up, what he used to do when he was a kid. Let him pick that ball up and run at players and create chances.
But Leon, some of you West Ham fans have been complaining about Sam Allardyce's football, saying it isn't the West Ham way.
Well, to be fair, they're talking out of their backside, because I don't care how we play. A win's a win. We played pretty football yesterday. It proved we play long. We hit diagonal. We don't play long balls. We play diagonal balls, and that's different. We play balls for someone to run behind. A Kevin Nolan. He hasn't been doing it, and he's probably the first one to say he hasn't been doing it over the last few weeks. But we play that sort of thing. And look at Matty Jarvis. How many crosses did Matt Jarvis put in yesterday? He was phenomenal yesterday. Joey Cole was putting them the other side. So we're not a long ball side, far from it. And when you've got a player like Mark Noble, who will sit there and will pass that ball all day long, on the deck, and there's no point having Joe Cole on the side if you've got to have a long ball game. He wants it to feet.
And what about the January transfer window? Are you hoping that Sam can do a bit more business and bring some more players in?
I hope so. We have got a lot of championship players. I'm not the biggest fan of Joey O'Brien, but do you know what? He does a job for you.
Well, he's stuck with him. He just signed a new long-term contract, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, well, he does a job for you, and that's all you can ask from him. But yes, he's not a Premier League player. You know, well, I say that, but he's playing him out of position. You know, he learnt his trade as central midfielder. We're playing in left back, right back. You know, so that's not his position. But you know, players like Gary O'Neill, we need to bring a few more in. You know, our midfield is strong at the moment. Touch wood, Diame doesn't go. I spoke to Diame after the game yesterday. I got him on a voice recording saying he hopes to stay. That was his words. I hope so.
You're illegally recording people?
Well, I've done a bit of journo yesterday. I got a bit of credit from it, you know, and my brother spoke to Howard Webb as well yesterday, and Howard Webb admitted to saying that he nearly gave the penalty yesterday, and looking on the replays, if he would give the penalty, it wouldn't have been a penalty, to be fair.
Who else did you illegally record?
Well, I don't really care. I'm a West Ham fan. I want the answers. I don't want Diame to go. I said to his face yesterday, don't leave us. You know, you're only going to go to a side that's you're going to play sticks, bits and pieces. You know, you could be a big fish at this club. You know, yesterday he was tired. He's come back from a big injury, but he's a big player for us. You know, he's a Yaya Toure in my eyes. He's phenomenal. And when you've got players like Joey Cole around him, Mark Nobles, you know, they're going to thrive off him. And personally, I can't wait to get Andy Cole back. I think we've missed him, really missed him, to be fair. Colton Cole, in my eyes, has done phenomenal. He has done phenomenal over the last few weeks.
Leon, listen, we've got to go for a break, but otherwise I'd let you rabbit all night long. Because I tell you, I could just press play, listen to you, and I'll come back next Sunday and you'd still be going on about the whole squad. Listen, you are exactly what I want on a Sunday night from a fan to talk about his team.
He's right about Diame, though, isn't he? He's a big player for them.
Oh,
he's had a great season.
And
that game against Chelsea when he dragged them...
Warren, save it. We'll have it after the break. Listen, Leon, speak to you again soon. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll stay at the bottom of the table because we're going to